All right, boys, we got a little bit of legs on the agenda here today. The last video I made was back day. We are officially 3 weeks into prep. Feeling good, feeling great. You know, we're at the last little bit of pre here, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little bit of water in that boy. Throw a little bit of water in it. Hold on. Yeah, that's a good amount right there. I'm gonna go ahead, throw the lid on, give her a nice little stir. Nice little stir. No dry scoop today. As you saw, I kind of just threw the scooper to the side. It's because we're at the last scoop here. So we're getting a nice little mixy. Nice little mixer. You boys already know the deal. Let's run it. Delicious. With that being said, I'll catch you boys inside. All right, boys. We got 3 sets here. 4 1/4. Work with that for... No, we got 4 sets here. 4 sets here. Work there. Rep range 8 to 12. Like normal. Like usual. Got regular squats on the agenda today. Some pendulum squats. Smith machine lunges, which I'm excited for because I usually do free weight walking lunges. Excited to see how I can transition into the Smith machine. Leg press, and then 3 hamstring movements. Abductors, adductors, and then calves. Also, before I was talking about how I did 3 leg days, but I would break it up into 1 day designated for hamstrings, 1 day designated for quads, and then 1 day just overall legs. That was too much, boys. That was too much. Not load wise, but if I missed one, then my quads were lacking or my hamstrings were lacking. So I cut it down to just 2 days. Today we're going to start with quads, obviously. Work on, and then hamstrings after, abductors, adductors, calves. And then on my second leg day, I'll start with hamstrings, do my heavy hamstring movements, then transition into quads, and then obviously finish out with the abductors, adductors. But I think this will just be more efficient, and then it'll make sure I hit everything, right? Make sure I'm not missing anything, and I'm not skipping out, and I'm not letting one muscle group dominate compared to the other, you know? But let's work. 3 more. One more. Thought I ripped my pants, boys. Thought I ripped the pants. Didn't rip the pants. Thought I did, though. I feel like that was a good first set, boys. I think I got 10 or 11 there. I would like to say 11, but it could be 10. Work here. 3 weeks officially into prep. I want to say I got 18 left, which I used to look at it like, oh, that's such a long time, right? Used to count down the days, be like, oh, 18 weeks, that's rough. But now that I've kind of locked in a little bit harder, I want it more, I'm hungrier. I don't look at it like, oh my gosh, I have to survive 18 weeks. It's, oh, I get 18 weeks to bring the best package possible, right? I have 18 weeks to try to look as good as I possibly can. And I'm 3 weeks, like I said, into it. I'm seeing the leanness, right? To where I'm not necessarily focusing on the weight as much as I will be after maybe 16 weeks. Right now, I'm trying to focus on how I look, right? Am I physically leaning out? Am I looking like I'm leaning out? Okay, fantastic, right? My body adjusting to the food that I'm eating, right? Is it digesting it properly? And so far, it has been green lights. It's been a win. So I'm very happy with how this prep has started. I'm very happy at the thought process going into it so far. I feel like this prep, I've just wanted it more. And that kind of transitions over to like my eating habits. Not necessarily my eating habits, but like the cravings, right? To where now the cravings are starting to kick in. But I'm hungrier to win than I am for the bad foods, right? Which in theory, you're like, oh, that's a vibe. It is. But it took me a long time to get here. My first couple preps, man, it was like the cravings were killing me. And I'm not obviously that deep yet. I'm only 3 weeks in. But I do think I'm a lot hungrier this time around than I have been previous preps. So I'm very excited to see what the end game will look like and see what package we can bring for stage. But I had a bite of pizza the other day because I was like, there was a pizza. I was like, you know what? Just to kind of satisfy the cravings, it smelled phenomenal. Took a bite of pizza and paid for it within maybe the next 30, 45 minutes. That pizza had a vendetta against my stomach and digestive tract. So now I know, like, okay, my body's accustomed to eating super clean, and it's going to be miserable if I eat bad food. Or anything that's, like, greasy, right? If I eat greasier things, I know there's going to be a large price that I'm going to pay, and it's not fun. So I've kind of been grateful for that. Kind of been happy about that just because I know even if the cravings get horrible, my body will be able to keep me in check. My body's going to be like, have fun with this misery, buddy. You want a bite of that, just know you're going to pay for it. So that's a win. That's a win. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up, and then we'll get to the second set. All right. Second set here, boys. I'm very excited for that. Who am I lying to? I'm dreading this, but, I mean, it's leg day, right? It's not always going to be fun. Not going to be excited for every single leg day, but nonetheless, got to do it. Five more. Let's work. Three more. Two more. One more. Oh, yeah. Two more sets, boys. That felt great. Very excited for the next two. All right, boys. Next set here. This is going to be third set. So after this, one more and we can start lunging. This is going a lot quicker than I was expecting, which I'm very happy about. I think it's because I'm staying strict on my rest periods. I'm being more adamant about it, more conscious. So I think that's kind of speeding it up, but also making sure, there we go. Making sure that I'm keeping a pump, not worrying about losing it. So that's one. Let's work. Six more. Four more. Three more. 2 more. 1 more. This one's strong. Butter. That was easy. Woo. 1 more set, boys. Like that. All right. Last set, boys. Last set. Let's go. Let's get at least 4 more. Two more. 1 more. Come on, let's at least get 8. Whew. Oh, that's it. Oh. Woo. 1 set of 11, 3 sets of 10. No, 2 sets of 10. And a set of 8. Kind of spent on that. I've also noticed, even though I'm breathing heavy right now, since I've been incorporating a lot more cardio, doing higher reps on squats hasn't been as difficult as it was the first couple weeks. And I think that's because I've increased my cardiovascular capabilities, right? My cardiovascular system, I feel like, has become accustomed to doing higher reps, or I've just been building it up a little bit more just because I've been doing cardio every day. So I think that's been really benefiting and able to translate over to the squats, because right now I'm gassed, but not nearly as gassed as I was the first couple weeks. So that's been a Benny, boys. That's been a Benny. Benny of doing cardio. Benny right there. All right, boys. We got a little bit of lunges now. I wanted to do 2. This is my first time doing Smith. Well, lunges, I usually do walking. And my ego wants me to go 2 plates. But I got to keep that in check. I got to make sure I stay grounded. Doing a plate and a quarter, 4 sets, 8 to 12. I think this would be good weight. So let's work with it, see how it feels. Feel like that's good. This is a good weight to work with. One more. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here, boys. I think this is a good weight to work with. And then I think we'll rock with that. But that was a good first set. Next set here. Let's work. Let's work. Oh, that's rough. Okay. Let's work. Five more. 5 more. 2 more. 4 more. Oh, that's killer. 2 more sets. 2 more sets there. All right, let's work. Last 2 sets here. Then we got pendulums. And a little bit of seated leg press. A little bit of seated leg press. But let's work. little bit more. There we go. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Four more. Four more. Okay. Oh, that cooking me. That's cooking me. All right, we got 2 more sets. All right. Last set here, boys. Last set doing lunges. After this, we got a little bit of pendulum. A little bit of pendulum squats. Very, very excited for that. Can't you tell? Nah, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm not even gonna lie to you, boys. I'm pretty cooked. My quads are minging. My lower back is tight, which I assume it's not even my lower back. It's probably my quads just being tight from the pump, which is understandable. But I'm gonna go ahead, lock it in, hit this last set, and we're gonna swing over to pendulum squats. And quads nice, hard, and heavy. And then switch to hamstrings. After hamstrings, finish up with some nice calves. Some nice calves. And abductors and adductors. And that'll be a recap on the lift for today. So we're going to go ahead and get this last set in, boys. Let's get this last one. All right, let's work. Hey, I hit some biddies yesterday. You're looking a little full. Maybe it's just the shirt. Could just be the shirt. Could be the shirt, right? Could be the shirt. Who knows? Let's work. Okay, let's work over here. Oh, onto some pendulums, boys. All right, boys. We got some pendulums now. We're gonna work with 3 plates. I would like to go heavier, but I don't think my quads are surviving that. So, we're gonna work with 3. If it feels light, if we hit a set of 12, then we'll go up. But I think right now we're pretty cooked, so. Yeah, I think we stay there. I think we stay there for at least 1 more set. Then we might have to drop her. Drop her a little bit, but for right now, 3 plates is working. 3 plates is going. Next set, boys. Let's get to work. Okay, I think we got at least 1 more there, right? We got at least 1 more there. Let's fucking work. All right, let's work. Last two here, boys. There's two here. Then we'll move on. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get after it. Oh, fuck. Two more. Okay, boys. No, I gotta drop the weight. Next set. Take it 2.25. Last set, boys. Last set. We got the last set here. After this, a little bit of hamstrings, a little bit calves, adductors, and then we can go home and eat. As you can see, I dropped the weight. My back is minging, boys. My back is minging. But it'd be like that. Be like that. So there's nothing to it but to do it. So I'm going to get under this weight and move it. Bars. Two more. That's it. That's it for quads, boys. On to hammies. On to hammies. All right, boys. We got some RDLs here. Oh, I forgot the wrist wraps. But we got some RDLs here. I'm only going 2. I usually go 3. But my lower back is meaning, boys. So instead of neglecting hamstrings and just be like, we're going to call it, I'm still going to try to get a good stretch out of them. If I hit the top of the rep range with this, then I have to go up, right? I got to keep myself accountable. But the way my back's feeling, boys, I think I'm just stick with this. Get a nice slow contraction on the way down. Really mind muscle connect with them hammies. And try to get some good work here. Squeeze it out, and then we'll cook it out with some calves and adductors. But although I'm going 2 today, on my next leg day, we'll be starting with hamstrings. So I'll be able to push the throttle a little bit harder. My back will be fresh, and I didn't stretch today. I'm making a whole lot of excuses right now. But it is what it is. So we're gonna work with this. Let me get the little wrist wraps real quick. Then we'll get after some work. All right, boys, I got the wrist wraps. Let's get to work. One more. I'm gonna keep it real, boys. I take a mistake here. The back is just minging today. I didn't stretch, and I didn't stretch post cardio. I think that's really why I'm so tight right now. So, lesson learned for next time. Make sure I stretch. But we're gonna get after this next set. All right, next set here, boys. Let's work. Stay nice and tight. Two more. All right, last 2 sets here, boys. Last 2 sets here. And then we'll move on to the next hammy. Adductors, calves. But let's get to work. One more set, boys. One more. Then we're on to the next one. Last set, boys. Last set here. Then we're on to single leg hamstring curls. Let's work. That is it. On to the next hammy, boys. On to the next hammies. All right, boys. Got a little single leg here. All right, let's get to work. Oh, they cooked. That cooked, boys. That cooked. All right, let's work. Oh, boys. Boys. Today is a day. Today is a day. 3 more sets, though. All right, boys. Let's work. Next set. One more. We're gonna have to drop that. Gotta work the other side, though. Gotta hit the other side. I'm gonna have to drop that, though. Yep, that's gonna have to go down. 2 more, though. All right, boys, let's work. Last 2 sets, then we got adductors, calves. We can skedaddle. Let's work. Dude, even that's cooking me. Today's a day. Let's work. Let's work. One more set. All right, boys. Last set. Let's work. Oh, that's cooked. That's cooked. That's it, boys. That's it. On to calves, abductors, adductors. We're out of here. All right, boys. That's another one in the books for today. That was a good leg day. Back's minging, so I'm gonna go home, take a nice hot shower, try to stretch that out. But overall, I think it was a great leg day. Again, we're 3 weeks out, feeling really good about that. I want to say we've got 18 more weeks to come. And I'm excited to see how the prep progresses. With that being said, I'll catch you boys in the next video.